Hey guys, I'm Nikki, and I'm going to tell you about my Fireside Story Sessions experience for Emblem 3. I went to the show in Chicago on June 29th, so that's like a long time ago from now, but I just got around to making this, but I still wanted to talk about it because honestly, this is like the best show I've ever been to in my life. I'm not even kidding. You're going to get so much out of this show. You need to get tickets if there's any available for where you are. So, it's just that good. I can't even explain it. You're gonna get so much out of it. Um, so I'm just gonna talk about my experience, what happened at the show, my tips and suggestions for you and stuff. There was two shows in Chicago, a late one and an early one, and I went to the early show and it started at 11:30 I think, and the late show was at 2:30 maybe. Um, so I got there at I think 8 o'clock, but there was already tons of people there before. So I don't know, not tons. There was maybe 20 people there before us, and they were inside, lined up. And I don't know if this is like that for every show, but there was the bus was outside, so the boys were obviously here, but people were inside lining up around the place. And the second show was also lined up in there. I don't know, it was super disorganized during that part of it, but eventually it all got worked out, and the people for the late show had to stand outside. So that's probably what's gonna happen if it's your show too. But our venue was also a nursing home, so that was kind of weird, but I don't know, whatever. um yeah, so we were there at 8, and there was 20 people ahead of us. So eventually the lady, I forget her name, but she works for them. She walks around. You'll see her. She's got really short hair. She starts giving you numbers depending on where you're standing in line or sitting or whatever it was. Um, so I think I was number 27, and I had really good seats. I'm pretty glad. Um, so then once you got your number, you had to go up to this table and check in, and give them your name, and I think that's it. Yeah, you just have to give them your name, and then they'll give you a wristband depending on how far up you were in the line or whatever. And they don't have the same color wristbands for every show, so I'll get to that later. But I mean, you probably could sneak in, but I'll talk about that later. But okay, so they give you wristbands, and they just look like these, and then they say Fireside Story Sessions, and then it says E3 on the back. Yeah, E3 on the back, and they're really strong too. They're good quality. But yeah, so since I was in the front of the line, I think they cut it off at 35 or something like that till the next group. But since I was first, we got green wristbands, and that means we were gonna go last to meet them. So if you're first in line to for the show, then you're gonna be last to meet the boys. But that was okay for me. I don't know. I think it was better being in the front because they'll ask you you'll be able to see, they'll be the boys will be able to see you more if you're in the front, and most likely they'll answer your question because it's it's about a 40-minute show, but half of the time they're answering questions, half the time they're singing. So if you really want your question asked, they'll probably call on you. But yeah, just ask them to sing. Okay, so anyways, we were waiting for maybe, I don't know, 2 hours before they let us in. They let us in at 11:30 when the show was supposed to start, but it actually started at 12. So there'd be a lot of waiting in between the time. But I mean, it was really fun. I met up with so many of my mutuals. We were just sitting there talking. And everyone's so chill there too. It's great. Okay, so then they let us in, and when they let us in, they say walk. But everyone started running to the front, so be careful with that part. But yeah, our venue was really small, so since we had an early and a late show, there was I don't know, it's just super small. I love it. Anyway, so I got front row. Like there's these logs, so you kind of can't move too close to them. But so the boys are right here, and I was right here in the front. So I was diagonal from West pretty much. Um, so they came at exactly 12, and yeah, it was so cool. They just started singing. What did they sing first? They sang Just for One Day, Chloe, Riptide, I think. Yeah, I think they're saying Jaden. I can't even remember. Oh, and then Love will be there and Obsessed. And I feel like there was more, but oh, they're saying Hey Jude too. That was awesome. Um, yeah, but then they answered your questions, and Wes talked to me. I don't know. I'll see if I can put the clip in here. Maybe I won't be able to, but I'll try. Wes started talking to me because he took off his shirt and he like lifted it up to show like I guess it would be the left side for him, but I was on the right side. So he lifted his shirt up and I was like, Wes, it's not fair. You didn't show our side. So he like looked at me and he's like, life's not fair. And then yeah, we didn't get to see him. It was really sad. After that, they were like, okay, who wants to take some pictures? And everyone was like, no, we'll keep singing. But yeah. So I think they went back to their bus maybe for like 5 minutes. And I think Keaton went to the bathroom and Wes got some like chips or something. I don't really know what they were doing. But they came back and, well, since I had a green bracelet, like I said, okay, these bracelets, it depends what color you have when they're going to call you. So like the people in the back, I think they had blue or purple. But yeah, they went first, and maybe there was like 6 or 7 groups, so it took a while after the show. I think I was there sitting down, waiting to get called up till maybe like 1:45, and the show ended at like 2:30 or 12:30, sorry. So I was waiting like an hour until I went up there even. I don't know. Yeah, so they turn around like the little screen, like the thing that says Emblem3. You all know what that is. They turn that around so no one's like watching you, and they had a security guard there, and like he's pretty chill, I guess, but they were like bothering you like crazy. They're like, have your phone on selfie mode, have your phone on selfie mode, because you get a meet and greet picture with them, and then like a selfie picture. Unless you go with like 2 people, like you and your friend, like you can switch people. So say you want to like hug Keaton and then your friend hugs Wes and then you switch, then you get 2 pictures. But yeah, so their security guard takes your phone and holds it for you until you're done. And like literally, Wes and Keaton will do anything that you want. Like you can ask them, they'll do whatever. They're really chill. They're like the sweetest guys ever too. Like I'm not even kidding. They try to make you feel so special. I said that before, but like I'm not joking. They're the best people I've ever met. I've met a lot of people, and Wes and Keaton make you feel like they're your friends. Like it's the show is so worth it. I'm not like I can't, the show is just so worth it, guys. You have to get it. I mean, $100 is not bad for all the stuff that you get from the show. I'm sure. So I was probably waiting in line after they called my wristband for 10-15 minutes, and I was the first person with my wristband color. So yeah, they when they're like in between people too, they'll like peek their head out the side, and I think Fancy was playing, and Keaton like comes out and he's like doing his little dance. He's so awkward and cute. I love him. But you can give. All right, this is my suggestion though. If you're gonna give them a letter or something, which I suggest that you do because they do read them and they'll follow you back and stuff, there's a lady that's standing at the front of the line when you have to give her your map back. Oh, I didn't talk about that. Okay, there's this like map that you have to sit on, and it's like it's red and it says Fireside Story Sessions, and it's like basically your ticket to meet them. Like if you don't want to sit on it, you don't have to. Just like but take it because it's your ticket, like to go to them. You have to give the lady back your thing, and like if she sees a letter from like you, she's gonna ask to take it. And I was stupid, and I didn't. I gave her mine. When I gave her my seat thing, I don't know what to call them. Yeah. So she took the letter from me and she put it in a pile with like tons of other stuff, and I don't think the boys got my letter. I'm just telling you, I'm pretty sure they didn't, because my friends that actually gave the boys their letters, like they stick them in their pockets or like put them down next to them. They took all of those and they read them and followed them and stuff like on Instagram and Twitter. But when I gave mine to the lady with my other friends, we didn't get anything. Like, the boys already follow me on Twitter, but I wanted them to follow me on Instagram, and I wrote such a long letter, and like I'm kind of sad that she didn't give it to them because I know they would have read it. But I mean, I'm seeing them again in like 2 weeks, so I'll just rewrite it, I guess. But don't give the lady your letter. If all possible, just put it in your pocket and then give it to the boys because they will read it and they appreciate it so much. So you should definitely do that. Another thing is that your friends can take candids of you from the sides. Like either if your friend goes before you, then she can stand on the side or on the side, but like don't walk in front where it's obvious. Like they're not gonna yell at you if they see you doing it from the side because everyone was doing that. But someone tried to take it like in the front and it just didn't work out. So like their security was kind of trying to push people out of the way if they were doing that, but like just be like, oh, it'll be really quick, and still take them because they don't care that much, honestly. It's just as long as everyone gets out of there eventually. Yeah, so when it was my turn to go up to the meet and greet, okay, Keaton hugged me like first, and he was like whispering to me. He's like, "Oh, how are you?" He was like, "You're, yeah." I don't even know what he said. It was something like that. And then I go to Wes, and like I am not kidding. Sorry, I am not kidding. Wes gives the tightest hugs. He like grabbed me and he like squeezed. Like it was such a nice hug. Wes, I love him. What happened? Okay, so then I was like not really sure what I wanted to do with my pose because I thought that we would have more time than like to talk to them, but like the security guy who was holding your phone was like kind of like going like this, like come on, but it wasn't like rushed. I don't know how to explain it, but like he was like trying to move you along, if you know what I mean. So originally I was gonna do like a piggyback ride thing with them and then have like Wes hug me, but I didn't end up doing that because when I got up there, Keaton like looked at me and he was like fixing his hat and he's like, wait, actually, he's like, here, this would look good on you. So he like put it on my head. I did not ask for this. Like he just did it on his own. He put his hat on my head and he's like, oh yeah, it looks cute on you, babe. I need a moment. Keaton called me babe, okay? Yeah, so that happened. And I was like, oh my god, like, thanks. And they took the picture, and both the boys hugged me, like, super tight again. So I was, like, in the middle of the Stromberg sandwich, and they smelled so good. I am not kidding, they smelled so good. But, I was such a loser, I'm sorry. Okay, and then it was time to take a selfie. Make sure that Keaton has your phone and he takes them instead of Wes because my friend had Wes do it and her picture was blurry, and Keaton did mine, but he like hit this button and he took like 12 pictures maybe. Yeah, it was just like this and none of them were blurry. So and like Wes was doing a different pose and like everyone he was like, I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, so make sure Keaton does it. And okay, so I was about to leave, and oh, fuck, what am I talking about? Okay, Keaton, he had his hat. I still had Keaton's hat on at this point when I was taking my selfie, and I like kind of went to take it off because I was like not thinking, I don't know. So I went to take it off, and Keaton's like, no, leave it on, it looks good. So I like left it on for the selfie too, and then he took it back from me, and then he both like, sorry, again. Okay, this is a 5-second summer. Anyways, so they both hugged me right before I left, and they were like, oh, I love you so much, thank you so much for coming, and I was like, you guys mean everything to me, and Wes is like, thank you for always being there, and, yeah, and then that was pretty much it for, like, the meet and greet thing, so then we all had to leave and, like, go out of the venue, and then I didn't do this because I had somewhere to go, and I wish I really did, but, like, I had to be somewhere, for family things, but whatever. But a lot of my friends, they, like, went around to the bus, and alright, so I should have said this in the beginning, but when we first got there, it was really confusing because we thought the line to get in was going to be by the bus, but that actually wouldn't make any sense. I was stupid. But yeah, people were standing out there and there was no barricades, but like we were like walking around and like talking to them through the window kind of because one of their windows was open, but then when they were doing their vocal warm-ups, they like eventually shut it. But yeah. So after the show, though, they had barricades up, I guess. I didn't see this cuz I don't know how I didn't see it cuz I walked right past. But they had barricades up and then the boys came back to their bus and before the second show. And I know that Keaton wasn't feeling very good because I don't think he came back out. I could be wrong, but I don't think he did. But Wes did, and he took selfies with everyone, um, and stuff like that, I think. Actually, I think Keaton came out during the second show, but not the first show. If I'm wrong, I don't know. But yeah, seriously, that's pretty much all that happened. But seriously, this is like the best experience that you're gonna have with Emblem 3. I don't know. I think they'll blow up maybe eventually. I don't know. But if they do, this this is I don't even know how to say this. This is going to make you view them in like a different way than you ever have before. It's so close and intimate with them. Like I said, they make you feel like they're your friends. They love us so much and they just want to see us happy. But in this show, it does that for you. If you go in there like expecting things, like expecting a lot, you might be disappointed depending on what you're thinking. But if you go in there with like not really knowing anything, you're gonna get way more than you asked for because they do a lot and like it's so like cool hearing them sing their new songs and stuff like that. They really like singing them. You could just tell. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much it. But like it was so great. So I suggest getting tickets. Um, if there's any left for your show, getting there early for sure. Okay, also, if you have an early late show, I say you stay late afterwards because they'll come off the bus. And if you have an early show, they might be kind of in a rush. So if you can stay for both. Some people I know, I don't know if this works because I didn't try it, but some people I've heard about, and my one friend, she snuck into the second show. And I'm going to tell you, it is probably easy. But the only thing is that the wristbands, they don't use the same for both shows. If you have an early late show like I did, they're gonna switch the colors. So I mean, you can have a friend, and then when you're waiting in line, have them like give them your wristband after they go. Give you their wristband after they go. You could try that because when you're walking in, once you already have a wristband, they don't check your tickets. So you could just run in, I guess. um, yeah, so you could try that if you really want to, but I don't know. Yeah, so get there early or stay late, depending on what you want to do. Um, don't be like rude to people. Like if they're trying, if alright, so if you're at the bus or something and you already got a picture, move out of the way and let other people get their pictures, please. Like it's so rude. I hate when people do that. If you're just gonna stay there once you've already met them, I mean everyone gets a selfie with them, so I don't know. Just don't be rude because it's such a chill thing. Like they'll notice if people are like being weird. But yeah, just have like a really good time. Sing along to all the songs. Like especially I don't want to say this, but like especially Drew's parts because you could tell that like they struggle a little bit with it. Sometimes Wes messes up the words to it and like they really need your help singing the parts. So just like sing the parts really loud. Be really happy. Um, don't ask stupid questions. I cannot stress this enough. Like, people were asking the dumbest things. They're like, yeah, it's my birthday, like, in 2 weeks. Can you sing happy birthday to me? Or, how are you today? Don't waste time on questions like that. Like, just let them sing for the most part. If you really have a good question, like, I'm trying to think of one, but, someone said something, I don't know. They're like, Keaton, will you date me? Or like, will you slow dance with me? That stuff is so dumb. Just like let them sing and enjoy it, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I also suggest bringing them a gift. Or not, okay, not a gift. Bring them a letter because it means a lot to them to read. So yeah, that's pretty much all. That's pretty much it. Um, if you guys have any more questions, you could leave me a comment and I'll reply to it. Or you could leave me an ask on Tumblr or tweet me. I'll put both of those links in the description, or I'll put them like across the screen or something. But my Tumblr is cosmiclashton.tumblr.com, and then my Twitter is Static Sound Luke. So yeah, you could tweet me or something like that, and I'll answer your questions. But yeah, it was such a great experience. I love them so much, and it was everything that I hoped it would be, and actually like more too. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.